Thank you for clicking this link to learn more about the health and wellbeing support we offer at St Joseph's High School, Newport. This information is for pupils, teachers, parents and carers and all stakeholders connected to our school. The website is found on the link sjhs.org.uk, and from there click on the Health and Wellbeing tab. If you drag down, there is a small introduction to 5 simple steps to looking after health and well-being. And then there are 10 ribbons or bands of support to be accessed. The first ribbon focuses on the importance of listening to the young people in our care and letting them talk about their concerns. As you can see, there are 5 agencies charities already linked there in the first part of the page. To access those, simply click on one of the boxes. We want the young people in our care to understand that often the best people to listen are their parents and carers at home, their wider family, their friends and their peers. But all the staff and teachers at St Joseph's pride themselves on developing a warm and caring relationship with the pupils in our care. And if and when a pupil needs our support, we want them to know that we are here for them and we are ready to listen. Obviously, we have form tutors as the first point of contact for many pupils. And our heads of year and assistant heads of year play an incredibly important role for the wider responsibility of the year group family. Many young people also turn to their class teachers and teaching assistants, and we want them to understand that it's absolutely fine to turn to the adult they feel most comfortable with. Our senior leadership team is also here for the young people in our care. Mr. Humpage is the year 7 to 9 support link. I am the link for years 10 to 11, and Mrs. Morgan the link for our 6th form. But all the senior leadership team are ready and willing to support pupils at St Joseph's. As you can see, there is also links to the excellent agency of Newport Mind and Talk Zone. This is where young people can access school-based counselling simply by clicking on the link. There is an option to attend the drop-in counselling sessions on a Thursday evening. Further online support is indicated below, or a pupil can choose to book an appointment by clicking on this link here, and they'll be asked to fill out a form about their personal details, but all information will be confidential unless there is a safeguarding concern. There is also support for parents in the Talk Zone. Have the link again to Childline, again a confidential service to support young people. The NSPCC, a dedicated helpline for young people who experienced abuse at school or in a wider context. The Live Fear Free helpline particularly specialises in people that need help with domestic abuse. And fearless.org is the youth service of Crime Stoppers, where it offers young people non-judgmental advice to make informed decisions about reporting crime anonymously. The second link is for PSHE. And here is a library and a whole bank of resources that show how our school is tackling contextual issues and important issues for the benefit of pupils at school. Mr. Humpage, our assistant head teacher, is predominantly responsible for these fantastic resources. I'd really encourage pupils and parents and carers to look at this bank, to focus on topics that interest them, and to go back in and look at these issues again and these resources again. Last week there was a strong focus on anti-bullying. However, our school stance is that we want to tackle bullying all year and not just in the National Focus Week. But you can see the bank of resources for last year and the 2 years before that. So I highly recommend that you look at this and use this from a position of strength, not always from a position of vulnerability. The third ribbon focuses on mental health support. Again, there is a link to some charities and organisations, but also some activities to support people with their mental health. Mood journals, mood boosting games, the use of the wall of expression, and then the link again to Childline with some excellent tabs and support for young people. Further to this, there is the amazing resource put together by the National Health Service. A whole wide range of topics and issues that young people and all people in society need support with. So I'd highly recommend that you use this website to support you. Obviously, it's being put together by NHS professionals. There's also the link here to physical wellbeing, which we'll come to later. Here we see links to support for pupils that are concerned about bullying, and also more seriously or as seriously pupils with self-harming or suicidal feelings. This takes them to the link to PAPRIS, the Hopeline contact details. A very important fourth link is under the tab Physical Health Support. I really cannot recommend enough that everybody follows the St. Joe's PE Twitter feed. This demonstrates how supportive our staff are in the PE department, and it shows the activities that our young people follow and the growth mindset is promoted in all lessons. You can also see the link to the school nurses and looked after children's services, and an amazing resource called Frank, which provides detailed information about all things to do with drugs. Again, if we click on the link, it drills down into further information. And if you want to know more about any types of drugs, the Drugs A to Z catalogue is an incredible resource that explains key details about drugs in society. It explains quick information, the effects on people, the common risks, and other details that are important for people to understand. After Frank, there is a bank of resources to help people stay physically healthy, and these were predominantly uploaded during school closure last year, but they remain very relevant and interesting and useful for everyone to look at. We then move on to the tab for healthy relationships. There's a strong focus on how young people can stay safe online. There is a link to a further charity called MIAC. So again, I would highly recommend that this particular tab is used by all our stakeholders. As you can see, this information comes directly from Welsh Government and is linked to the hub part of their website. And there's a wealth of resources, again, to support teachers, pupils, and stakeholders. It's important to understand that we try to offer a service and a link for parents and carers as well. We cannot recommend highly enough Newport Mind in terms of their support for families and parents and carers. They really do focus on the importance of family well-being. Again, you can see a link to looking after children online, but also children during their exams. Further to this particular tab focuses on support for people who are bereaving after the death of somebody in their family. And you can see a list of 5 or 6 charities or agencies here that specialise in this support that is so important for young people. This also shows the link to Talk Zone for parent consultations, so the counselling service. We also have a ribbon where information for staff wellbeing is highlighted. Again, I highly recommend that every teacher follows the SJHS Wellbeing Twitter link. And there's further advice to staff on how to look after their well-being with some different video links. Further advice about self-care and looking after each other. Finally, you can see that we have a tab dedicated just to the links of all the organisations that are listed above. Links to apps that are brilliant for promoting positive mindset, mental health and physical health. Of course, you can't download all of these, but just some of these you might find very useful. And thanks to Mr. Humpage, there is a whole range of podcasts that we recommend that you tap into, which again promote positive mental and physical health. And they motivate people and encourage people to look after themselves so that they can look after others. Thank you for using this link today. I hope you agree that it shows the extensive range of support that we have for the young people in our care at St. Joseph's. Please understand this is a resource which will always adapt and improve following further feedback. Thank you to all pupils and staff that have provided advice on the information and how it should be signposted. And a big thanks to Miss Kent, Mr. Humpage and Miss Jones for their key role in offering advice and support. The final message is for our pupils. Please remember, look after your mental health, your physical health and your well-being. Be proactive. Use this resource to support yourself if you're feeling vulnerable, but also to keep yourself strong and ready to embrace life's challenges. Thank you for listening.